Hannah and welcome to Bookmas Day 4. Today's Bookmas topic is the top 8 books I own that I want to read in 2018. I'm specifying books that I own because I have 101 books on my TBR, which is absolutely ridiculous, and that's just on my own books TBR, and that's actually my owned books TBR, not including books that I want to reread. And some of these books that are on this list are actually rereads, so wow. But my goal for next year is to get my TBR preferably under like 90 books. That would be incredible. If I could get my TBR under 90 books, then I would be happy. So coming in at number 8 on this list, we have Who's Afraid 2 by Maria Lewis. This is the sequel to Who's Afraid, which I did read in 2017 and absolutely loved. The book follows a young adult named Tommy Grayson who discovers that she is a werewolf, and she then goes on this journey to figure out all about her werewolf powers and also to figure out more about where she fits in this new supernatural world. The first book was amazing, but the way that it ended in such a way that it's going to throw the second book in a completely different direction, I am sure. My friend read this book this year. She said it was absolutely incredible. I cannot wait to read it, and I really need to get it read, preferably before the third book comes out, because I'd really like to be all caught up with this series. Coming in at number 7 on this list, we have another book from an author that I actually met at Supernova this year, and that is Valentine by Jodi McAllister. This book is a fairy tale with a bit of a twist, considering its tagline is quite literally, "This is not a fairy tale." It still involves fairies and has a lot of magic, and it just sounds incredible. So in this book, 4 teenagers were all born on the same Valentine's Day, and one of them is a Valentine, a Seelie child that has been swapped out for a human. The Unseelie have come to kill the Valentine. The only thing is they don't know which one of the 4 teenagers that it actually is. A girl named Pearl shares a birthday with a boy named Finn who she completely dislikes, but the two of them will have to work together to figure out who is trying to kill them off and why. The book sounds incredible. It's set in Australia, which is even cooler because you never get to read books that's set in Australia. The sequel, Ironheart, is coming out, I believe, in January of 2018, so I really need to get a crack on to read this book, and I'm really hoping to bump it off my TBR in 2018. Coming in at number 6, we have Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. This one is an ARC that I was actually given by Epic Reads and HarperCollins Australia, so thank you very much to both of those, and also to Tori at the YA Circle for organising everything. It was incredible to get this ARC. It's my first official ARC that I've ever gotten, which I think is pretty cool. This book is a mystery thriller type novel, and I don't know a lot about it, and I'm not going to attempt to really tell you guys because I want to go into it kind of not knowing a lot. I think sometimes with mystery thrillers that's sort of the better way to go. So all you need to know is that it involves mysteries, riddles, an 81-year-old case, someone getting away with murder, and a kidnapping. So all of those things sound incredible, and I cannot wait to finally bump this one off my TBR. Coming in at number 5 is a book that I picked up very recently, but I've picked it up under the absolute recommendation of so many people. That is Nevernight by Jay Kristoff. This is an adult fantasy novel, and I am really excited and also a little bit nervous to read it. I really don't know a lot about this book. All I know is that it follows a girl named Mia. I believe she goes to a school for assassins, or somehow she ends up being an assassin, and then it has a lot to do with that, has a lot to do with, I believe, someone murdered her parents. That's usually how these things go, isn't it? Usually someone murders someone else's parents and then they decide to go on a quest for revenge. Either way, even if I'm getting that completely wrong, I have heard nothing but good things about this novel, and I am really excited to get to pick it up, especially since everyone says that, what was the second one? God's Grave? God's Grave came out this year and was apparently everyone's favourite book of 2017, so clearly I need to jump on this bandwagon. Coming in at number 4, we have Gemina by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. This is the sequel to Illuminate and the second book in the Illuminate files. The third book, Obsidio, is coming out in 2018, and that is the only reason why I didn't read Gemina in 2017. So I read Illuminate at the beginning of this year, and then I was going to read Gemina, and then we found out that Obsidio was being pushed back until May 2018, and I went, you know what? Then why bother reading it? I'll just read it closer to when Obsidio comes out. But that is drawing very close, so I am running out of excuses to read this book. It's told in a very unique sort of format through things such as security footage and emails and IMs and that sort of thing. This book follows a different set of characters than the first one, so instead of following Katie and Ezra, we are instead following Hannah and Nick. I don't know much about it. I really don't want to know a lot about it. I just want to go into it, enjoy it, and then finally be ready for Obsidio when it comes out so I can talk about it with everybody else. Coming in at number 3 is actually a set of 3 books, and that is because they are kind of part of the same series. And those 3 books are Joyride by Guy Adams, The Stone House by A.K. Benedict, and What She Does Next Will Astound You by James Goss. These 3 books make up kind of a little Class trilogy, and I was obsessed with the TV show Class when it came out this year. I was so devastated when it was cancelled. Considering next year we're getting an 11th season of Doctor Who, but it involves the 13th Doctor, who I personally am not very excited to meet. So instead I'm going to go back to these books and get to spend more time with these characters who I absolutely loved and adored, especially Charlie. I think Charlie was probably my favourite. Charlie and Matthias, because, you know, they were so cute. And I really want to read these ones because I've had them on my shelf basically since Class first premiered, and it's been a while since then. So I very much would like to read these books. Coming in at number 2 is a series of books that I believe I actually put on some form of Bookmas Day video last year, or possibly a top 5 Wednesday. Either way, I know for a fact that I've mentioned it on my channel a couple of times because of the same reason. That is because I really want to reread this series. I've been putting it off, but I can put it off no longer. And that is The Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis. I think I really want to get myself a broken down version, so the individual books instead of just the bind up, because this is the only one I've got. And every time I read the bind up, I feel like I have to read all 7 books. I feel like I can't just go in and read one. I don't know why, it's just a thing that I have. I would like to get my hands on those 7 books so that I can read them, but I can take a break kind of in between. Other than that though, I really want to reread the series. I haven't read it since I don't even think I reread it when I was in high school, and I've been out of high school for a while, so I would really like to reread this book in 2018. And coming in at number 1, the book that I really want to read in 2018 is actually a series, and that is the Shadowhunter Chronicles. So something that you guys should probably know about me by now is that I have only read The Mortal Instruments. I've never read The Infernal Devices, although I have read this book and I have to say was not a fan. And I have not read The Dark Artifices either. I wasn't planning on doing my Shadowhunters reread because obviously we thought Queen of Air and Darkness wasn't coming out until 2019, but for some reason that book has been pushed forward, I don't know, so we're getting that one next year instead. So I went, you know what, it's time. It is time for me to reread this series. So I have a plan. My plan is to read the first 3 Mortal Instruments books, then read the Infernal Devices books, which hopefully I enjoy a little bit more, then read the last 3 of these books, then read Bane Chronicles, then read Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy, and then finally read Lady Midnight and Lord of Shadows just in time for Queen of Air and Darkness. It's a lot of books. I'm not even sure how many books that is, but it's a lot of books, and I have plans to read all of them in 2018, so you know, yikes. And there you have it. Those are the 8 books slash couple of series that I really want to read in 2018. Correction, they are the books that I own that I really want to read in 2018. So I still have books that I don't own that I will probably want to read as well. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comment section below what books you own that you would like to read in 2018. I would absolutely love to know. If you like this video, be sure to give it a huge thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss a thing. Stay random. Bye.